To continue, I'm going to type UCS at an empty command line and press the Enter key. I'll type W for world and press the Enter key again. Change our layer to the visible layer, and I'm going to draw a line from this point up to a point perpendicular to this line. Let's extend to this line both of these, and then we'll trim back to this line, this one here. I'm going to project a ray from a midpoint between 2 points, this point and this point, and I'll project that line in this direction. I'm going to project another ray from this point straight up. I'm also going to copy this line in this direction by 0.5 inches. And just so this will appear a little more explanatory, let's copy that line in this direction by 0.5 inches. What I'm going to do now is to draw an ellipse, where the center of my ellipse will be a midpoint between 2 points. The first point will be an intersection here, and the second point will be another intersection here. A point on the minor axis of this ellipse is going to be perpendicular to this line, and a point let's undo that. And a point on the major axis is going to be an intersection here. Let's reassign that ellipse to the visible line layer. And now we'll use the trim tool to make each of these two lines cutting edges, and we'll trim that ellipse. Let's zoom in on this area and use our trim tool one more time to define this line or arc as a cutting edge, and then we'll trim this. This line that we had before is no longer needed, so we'll erase it. Let's delete each of these lines as well as that projection line. The next thing I want to do is represent this hole in this view. I'm going to draw a ray, and I'm going to project that ray from this point in the 0 degree direction. We'll make another ray in the same direction, and let's repeat that command and project a point which is from a midpoint between 2 points. I'm going to project that line in this direction. I'm going to repeat that command and project one more line, and I'm going to project it from an endpoint here in this direction. Let's draw an ellipse where the center point is going to be a midpoint between 2 points. The first of which will be an intersection here, the second of which will be another intersection here. A point on the major axis of the ellipse will be an intersection here, and a point on the minor axis of the ellipse will be a point that is perpendicular to this line. It's important to note here that this ellipse is representing a circular feature that is shown in the auxiliary view. But this plane on which that circle is being projected is an inclined plane. So this ellipse is a representation of a circle that has been rotated about its major axis. Let's zoom away from this drawing. And now I'm going to go back to the projections layer, and I'm going to project a ray from a midpoint between 2 points, this point and this point, and we'll project that line in the 90-degree direction. I'm going to project another line, or ray, exactly from this endpoint, and we'll go straight up. Let's project a ray from the center of this arc in this direction, and I'm going to move that line in this direction by 0.375. Let's use the mirror tool to place an identical copy of that on the other side of this mirror line. Let's make the visible layer active, and let's draw another ellipse where the center of the ellipse will be a midpoint between 2 points, the first of which is an intersection here, the second of which is another intersection right here. This ellipse will have a point on its minor axis that is perpendicular to this line, and a point on its major axis will be at an intersection here.